Hello, welcome to the Two Chicks Homestead podcast. We are the two chicks. Yay!
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Erin, and we talk about homesteading and living on a small piece of land.
All right, everyone, welcome to episode 72.
Yep.
October 4th.
Yep, new month.
Exactly, TikTok.
Well, yeah. Speaking of TikTok, I've been trying to get busier on TikTok.
You too?
It's just, I don't know. It changed in the past few months. I loved it. And now it's like, it's just insanity all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I threw up a couple after a long time.
Yeah.
And I think last year, it was opening day last year.
Yeah.
So October 1st, 2022 was the first one I put
Everybody's
up.
like, yay, he posted again. Okay, see you in a year.
And then, I just put up a couple within the past couple days.
They were doing pretty good.
Yeah, the one is. The other one with the cars isn't doing all that great. But
it's kind of
the
topic.
Yeah, the park activation went really good. Mm-hmm. So that got a lot of traction, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that when we're done talking about the main topic.
Yep. So we're going to talk about money.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I didn't really think of a title, but just kind of like how we're dealing with being kind of, what is that word? Strapped. Yeah, for money now versus 10 years ago.
Yeah.
When we
were really.
Which, I mean, we've got the same story as a lot of people. I know Tim has often talked about his story of like, we were doing pretty good. Mm-hmm. We had bought a house really cheap. Mm-hmm. We, fixed it up. And we were both working, had a baby, went down to one income, mm-hmm. and we just couldn't.
Yeah, so it was like a 50% pay cut when you quit. Yeah. When you stopped working, and it ultimately came down to either we make double what we paid on the house, or we lose the house to the bank. Mm-hmm. That's what it came down to.
Yeah.
So we opted for the smart move, and we made our money off of the house, and we left. Mm-hmm. And that was the HOA. So we got out of the HOA.
Right.
And I think that option is what saved us. Mm-hmm. Because we were hurting.
Yeah.
Like, we were bleeding money.
Yeah, and I mean, I was doing weddings then, and there were months where that, like, saved us the month.
That paid us the mortgage, yeah.
But it wasn't consistent. I mean, It's not something you can rely on, at least not how I'm doing it. There are, people out there that can rely on it because they're busy every weekend. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this was, we had the baby and...
Right. And you were doing the weddings before we had the baby. But
yeah.
Even when we had it, that was still kind of a thing. And that was, you do, 2 or 3 a year, I think?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't super often.
It was enough to cover a mortgage here and mm-hmm. there. And we could actually buy some real food.
Yeah. Which is funny because we were just talking about, not on here, but like mm-hmm. about all the food that we used to eat compared to now, and it was like, oh man, I have a taste for that. And I was like, oh yeah, I have a taste for that. So this last shopping outing, I bought some boxed dinners that we never had.
Zatarain's jambalaya and dirty rice mix was always a thing.
Yep.
And then tuna helper was the other main one. Mac and cheese, but we have mac and cheese pretty regularly. The Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah, I mean, we have it, but we don't have it too often. But yeah, I mean, just some of the food choices that we had to make then to mm-hmm. now going, this is, fun.
Yeah, and then there's also, this week, we have goose stroganoff going up.
Right.
Back to back to these meals that we ate.
Yeah, so it's like
10, 12 years ago.
A mix between now and then, which is kind of what we're going to talk about, mm-hmm. is that just this past week, you've been on vacation, so we have more time to talk.
Yep.
And it was like panicking about money, mm-hmm. just like everybody does. And, going, oh my God, this is always the worst time of year. We've got car insurances and license plates and I don't even know what else, birthdays, and pretty soon Thanksgiving and Christmas, just like everybody else. But
right,
how 10 years ago we probably lost 3 years of sleep. You know, like we were just up all the time, just worrying.
Yep.
And now...
And I don't fret about money. I will be the first one to tell you that. I just need to go work harder.
Yeah.
That's reality. And that's why I worked the really long hours way back when. I mean, there'd be days I'd be coming home at 10 o'clock after going to work at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Because that's what needed to be done. And we got through it, and now it's, you know, I kind of hate to say it, but it's, the inflation is hurting a little bit. I'm not going to lie there, but, and we've also had a lot of outgoing expenses this year. We bought 2 brand new freezers. We got you a shotgun. We expanded the rabbitry. So that was a couple $100 in lumber. We've done a few other things to help some other people out here and there. So that there is some of that will come back. But it's also September and October are always the months of the year where we blow through money. And it's just because all of our stuff comes due.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, we look at our account and it's kind of like, oh, shit. Here we come.
Yeah.
And it's always, you know, tapers off going into November and then into Christmas, and then we get New Year and we get all the other, you know, it's restarted. You know, we do very good. And once January rolls around, we're doing okay for the most part. But I think even this year's going to be a little closer. But we've made better decisions this year. There's a reason why we spent that money.
Right. So the difference now is you were able to hunt. And that was always something you always wanted to do. And so that was a big deer that's been in the freezer. We started getting the hog every year. And that's, what, under 300?
It's a little over 300 now, I think, with her with the upcharge. Because it used to be 200. And then I think it jumped up to 300 plus the processing at Eichmann's.
Okay, so under 400.
Yeah, under $400 for a full-size hog.
A whole hog.
Yeah.
It's killed, it's chilled, it's drained, it's cleaned out, and we get it halved or not. I don't remember.
Yeah, we get it halved.
And so we do the rest of the work, and that saves a ton of money. I mean...
Yeah, it's probably $1,000 saved.
I mean, I remember when we bought that quarter cow, and that had to have been 9 years ago, 7 years ago.
We were in
Bolingbrook,
so yes, it was probably about 7 years ago.
And that was probably 800?
750, some change.
But now,
yeah,
I mean, I don't even know what that is.
I don't know how much it's gone up. It might be less weight.
Yeah,
you're getting now, but the prices have surely gone up. I mean, you're talking $700-800, and we split that with your parents.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, now we're probably going to overlap with this hog. You know, with the ground, the ground that we have out there, because we didn't save any pork chops or anything this time, which is.
I think we saved the loin.
Yeah, we did save the loin.
Yeah,
but none of the pork chops, and so that was just all ground.
Exactly. I think we gave. Did we have our friend stop by last year? I don't remember. So. But usually, if somebody comes by, I'll give you a little bit for helping out.
Yeah.
And that's just the way we are. If you want to come learn, you leave us some food. But yeah, I got the big deer, and that guy was 200 pounds, probably a little over 3 on the hoof. You know, running around. He was a big deer, and I'd say we got probably 150 pounds of meat out of him, and we're still working on him. I think we have a leg.
2 big packages of back straps still.
Okay, so we have
and one might be from the deer.
Yeah, the deer before,
Before, but
so yeah, that would have been Gimpy that I shot.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah.
So now it's, we have one package of back straps left from the big guy, and we have a roast left, which we're gonna actually
giving away.
We're giving away.
We traded for beeswax and honey.
Yep. So we're gonna trade that off. We just gotta wait for him to get over and pick that up, and then we got a leg left. I think a front leg that we're just gonna can and make room in the freezer because we got a lot of stuff coming.
Yeah, but I mean, back then we didn't have as big of a garden. We did have a garden. That
was a 4 by 8 square foot garden with cinder blocks. It was like 2 tiers high.
But I wasn't doing any canning or preserving or anything. I mean, and the freeze dryer, that I think helps a lot because we can buy stuff on sale and freeze dry it. Right,
and I think the only thing we did to prepare when we had the second one, we did that 10 meal prep a couple days
with
before.
The baby, the second baby, yes. Yeah, some of that was really good. I still think about those meals. But yeah, we spent a whole weekend prepping
10 meals.
A bunch of meals, yeah.
And that definitely saved our butt when we were tired with the second one.
Yeah.
And I think that was really our first major prep for something.
Yeah. I can't even imagine doing that right now.
It'd take us a month. We'd just be making that for dinner the way these girls go.
I know. But yeah, some of that was really good. I don't think there was anything I didn't like. Anyway, I have to go back and find all those recipes.
Yeah, it was definitely worth it. And a lot of, we have the rabbits now.
Yes.
And we get the hog. And we're not afraid to raise chickens. Mm-hmm. So...
Yeah, I mean, I think as much as I hee and hawed about getting the rabbits, I think that's probably one of the best things we did. Because we could... I mean, how many does do we have out there that we could breed? 4?
5.
3? Well, all 5 of them?
Well, 5 will be soon.
Okay.
Right now we have 3 that are breeding age.
Okay. So we could... I mean, we don't push them because we don't have to.
Right.
But we could have potentially 30 kits.
Oh, yeah.
A couple times a year, and that would be a lot of food.
Yeah, so I mean, you look at it this way: we butcher at 5 pounds, 30 kits, it's 150 pounds, and that's 5 pounds dressed. That's not 5 pounds live.
Right.
So 5 pounds dressed, 150 pounds. You're talking a goat.
Yeah.
Or 2. I've never done a goat, so I don't know what size they are.
Right. But I mean, that's a lot, and we don't do that because we have all these other options. Mm-hmm. But we should try it.
Yeah.
Because then it'd be kind of nice to offer that up for a workshop or something.
Yeah, I think I just need to get it better on a schedule, and I think next year's going to help. Like, I had a plan to have 50 rabbits in the freezer this year. Mm. I think we're going to probably be about 25, I think. Somewhere in that range.
But we did a lot of changes. When we moved them back outside.
Yeah.
And it was so hot that, I mean, I think we probably lost time because it was so hot.
Yeah, and then we got some new ones, and then we held some back, and then we had some issues, and I mean, it is what it is. So we had one litter that it wasn't even worth my time to process. They became coyote food.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Next year we'll have breeding age. I think everybody hits breeding age come January. So in the spring, I'll probably just breed all 5, and we're off to the races. Mm-hmm. Or probably February, March, I'll breed all 5.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, because I know there's people that want to come learn, and it'd be kind of nice to be able to do something where then you take one home.
Right.
And still have some to put in our freezer. Because every time we've done that, we haven't had enough. It's just been a free, come see how it's done.
Yeah, because it's been between 4 and 6 kits that we've processed at a time because we've had such issues.
Yeah.
And it has to go with having older stock and newer stock and trying to redo your stuff all in one shot.
Yeah.
So, think we're going to do pretty good next year, though.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, and with the chickens, I mean, we have so many eggs that we could just survive on eggs.
I'd be fine with that. We're getting the hog in a couple of weeks. Ham and eggs, bacon and eggs.
And it's funny because I bought a ham. I feel like it was not soon after we got the freeze dryer that I freeze dried that whole ham, and I just found another bag of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, and it's perfectly fine. Just I mean, like I just did it. So we ate that a lot, just having it for breakfast or frying it up and.
Yep, and that's what we ate that at SRF a couple years ago.
Yes, yeah.
Along with some ground beef.
I think I brought some canned stew that we had.
Yeah, I mean we had to figure something out. So we had to eat those days we were down there.
Yeah, and that's probably the best eggs I made, freeze dried eggs.
Yeah, because they're over a nice hot fire.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think it's just all these skills that we have acquired over the years are making this easier. Like, I think it was only recently that I went shopping and noticed that things are like expensive.
Yeah.
Not because I feel like, I can just throw money anywhere. It's just, I don't know, we just don't buy certain things as much, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we still buy a little bit of junk food here and there because that's reality. There are days you and I both need some sugar and some sweets and stuff like that. That's just reality of it. But we have been slowly transitioning to try and do as much as we can.
Well, just making things homemade, I think helps.
Yeah, because I mean, going out to dinner, and you take four people out to dinner to McDonald's now for breakfast, it's $40. You take them out to Portillo's, it's $65-$70.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's ouch.
Yeah, which I could, make. How many sandwiches did I make for the event? The Egg McMuffins, 20.
Yeah, probably.
And it probably cost me $15.
Yeah. Yeah. So you pay attention and you do things on your own.
And having the extra freezer space now, I mean, we can make those ahead and freeze them and just take them out.
Right, and that was the main reason. So I know, like, a lot of it was we noticed the bank account was running a little low. It's lower than we would normally like it to be.
Yep.
And I came up with the crazy idea to go, we should probably go get a couple freezers. They're $700 a piece, but we should probably go get a couple freezers.
Yeah.
So, because our freezers are full, and we have a lot of stuff coming up this year. So, we ended up going to get the freezers, and I remember you, having a little bit of a panic attack. I'm like, listen, we're getting these freezers to fill them up, so we spend less money at the store, because we have all this stuff coming in this year.
Right.
So, it makes sense.
And these are awesome that you can switch them.
Yeah, absolutely. They're well worth it. So they're 21 cubic foot stand up freezer fridge combos. So they can either be full fridge, full freezer, and they're the Insignia brand from Best Buy. And I think we got them for $7.50 delivered each.
Yeah.
And we have 2 of them. So now we can do Amy's brine ham.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that because Amy from A Farmer's Kind of Life always talks about her brine, her ham brine that she thinks she does with ham and also venison. And it was always one of those things that I wanted to try. And then I looked to my fridge and go, I can't get a bucket in there.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, we can do that.
Yep.
So we'll have to try that.
So we'll be trying that out this year. I mean, we can sacrifice a ham. I'm not worried about it.
Or just, a roast or something.
Yeah. See how that works out, and if it works, awesome.
Yeah.
And then we are immediately going to start the bacon this time. We'll have the fridge space, so we'll get them, covered in salt, get them all with the stuff that goes with it, sealed up in a bag, and in the fridge, and they will go directly onto the smoker in a week.
Yeah.
So we're not playing around with freezing them for 2 weeks, and then having to thaw them out for a week, and then doing the the salt and the cure and all that stuff, where it just immediately goes in, and then the next weekend we smoke them.
Yep.
So we got to see when that's going to be, because if that's going to be the weekend,
that is the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Shit.
So maybe not.
So that's going to be, is that weekend they'll be ready the 1st and 2nd and the 3rd of December?
No.
Okay, then we can do them.
No. That's the following weekend.
Okay, so after we do... All right, we'll figure it out later.
We don't... Yeah.
We may need to think about that for a little bit.
I think we'll be okay, but we'll talk about it.
Yep.
But yeah. So...
It's...
Yeah, I mean, with this hog, we've always said the bacon alone probably pays for...
Oh yeah,
the whole hog.
Yeah, because we get about 7 pounds a side for the hog. So 2 sides, so you're 15 pounds, $10 a pound. You're $150. I mean, I think it's about $10 a pound.
Yeah, you know what? And it's like, I see people talk all the time about how much things are, and I sit there like an idiot going, I have no idea how much things are, because I don't look at bacon. I probably should, just to know kind of what we're doing compared to how much it is. And then I don't know, I just don't really even think about it. And plus I buy a lot of stuff at Costco, so it's hard to figure out, well, if it's this much here because I got 10 times more, how much I don't know. Right.
But either way, if we get 15 pounds of bacon, it's $10 a pound. That's $150. There's half the cost of the hog.
Yeah.
Add on your ground, which we get about 50 pounds of ground.
50 pounds, yeah.
And then we usually keep a roast, and then we keep pork chops.
Not really.
Or we do the loins.
Yeah.
So we can have the actual loin roast.
Yeah, we do that more often.
The cheek meat. Mm-hmm. Then you have the 2 hams.
The ribs. We probably need to do some.
Yeah, we should.
Because we have a ton of ribs. We just don't do it very often. But you hate to get rid of them.
Right.
And I don't want to sit there, picking the meat out. Mm-hmm. I do like ribs. We just never think about it.
Yeah, we just never do it. I mean, it's well worth it. It's, it's a lot of work. But...
And then, the pork belly bites.
Yes.
So we've been going to the barbecue place in town ever since we moved in. Mm-hmm. And you get like a little paper plate of pork belly bites. It's not very much.
Well, it's the square restaurant.
Yeah, like the
holder, and half of it's full of French fries and half of it's full of the pork belly bites.
So you get maybe 10 pork belly bites.
Probably. And it's like $12.
Yeah. So we made 2 big pans of it.
Yeah.
And still had leftovers for like days.
Yeah, 3 or 4 days. I took it to work and I ate it at work.
I know. I think I had it for breakfast one day.
But so we do a whole side of pork belly bites. Mm-hmm. You portion that out. There were probably 300 little pieces in there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot.
It was party food.
Oh yeah, it was perfect party food.
Yeah.
So that's what you missed if you didn't come to the workshop.
Mm-hmm. And barbecue rabbit.
And barbecue rabbit. And a bunch of cakes. And a bunch of whiskey. And it was fun.
But all in all, because we had all this stuff, it didn't... we could spend the money on the whiskey and on the porta potty, which hopefully next year... will not be the case.
Just so everybody knows, the porta potty at our events is the most expensive thing.
Oh my gosh. It's so expensive.
We are going to fix that because we could build one in the lumber for one rental.
Yes. So Tim, you need to make notes on the one that you're building now.
Yes, I need plans.
That we can do that here. Because even our neighbor, we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
And it's like every year it's like, we should do that. And now it's like, okay.
Yeah.
We have to do it.
Yeah, now I'm done paying $400 a pop.
Yeah, because we've spent almost $1,000 this year alone on porta potties because of the 2 events that we did. Mm-hmm. Which I'm not complaining, but I would rather that money go
I'd rather that go to
else.
Do classes or do, an upgrade here at the house, not paying for somebody to shit in it, basically.
Yeah. The sign, please go potty before you arrive.
But we're also those type of people where if you're going to come here, it's either A, I don't want to make you go shit in the woods.
Right.
I want to have that thing here, and I don't want to pay the plumber $400 to come fix our plumbing when it backs up after 10 people have used it.
Right, because it does do that.
Yes. It did that the week before.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing.
So
yeah, plumbing issues.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we're in a different position. I think we're in the same position, but we have a different outcome.
Yeah. Or outlook.
Yeah, different outlook. Like we're doing pretty good. Mm-hmm. And what money we're spending it wisely.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, is that we are spending. I mean, we're all spending, but we're choosing to spend it on things that are going to help us for the time that we might find ourselves in an even worse position. Right.
And I mean, a lot of it was, I think we used to have some nasty credit card debt.
Yes. Yeah,
I don't even remember how much it was, but I remember seeing that every month. Mm-hmm. It was like $500-$600 a month, and it's like,
a lot. And a lot of that was during that time.
Yeah,
when it's like we have to buy groceries. I mean, I wasn't breastfeeding the first one, so we had to buy formula. We had to, yeah, and it's it just kind of happens, and
and it took us years to pay it off, and we are finally free of that.
Yeah, we did that. Were we in this house?
That was before this house.
So we paid it off in Bolingbrook. So yeah, we are debt free except for
the mortgage.
The house.
Yes, we own the cars outright. That's a big thing for both of us.
Yeah,
I have not had a car payment since the oldest was born.
I think
because we had to we got rid of my car before we bought the house in Carroll Stream.
Right.
So we were done with that in like 2010.
Yep.
Or 2011, somewhere around there. Because she was 13. So 2012 is when we would have gotten rid of that car. 2011, 2012.
Yep.
So yeah, I haven't had a car payment in 10 years.
Yeah.
And that helps. You haven't had a car payment because we find stuff that works really good for you. Mm-hmm. You have the truck. We had the Escape. I drove your old car for God knows how long.
Yeah.
And now I have this Honda that's getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 225,000 miles. We'll probably have to look into buying something else. But you know what I'm not going to do? Go to a dealership and take a mortgage out. And take a loan out because I put too many miles on the thing.
Right.
I'll be paying that thing off for years.
Yeah.
And it'll be $500,000, $600,000 before I even finish paying it off. Mm-hmm. So I'd rather bury a $3,000 car into the ground after 4 or 5 years than a $20,000 car.
Right.
So it makes more sense.
Which is crazy that a $20,000 car, back when we were buying new cars, was like the luxury car.
Yeah, that was like
that was like the high end.
That was a nicely equipped Toyota, or a probably bargain Mercedes. I would say would be $25,000.
I think my Focus 14. Does that sound right?
Mine was 17 base. The only option I had was the AC on it, but it was 2007.
Yeah, and my dad worked for Ford, so that's why I got that deal.
Yeah, and yours was fully loaded.
Yeah.
So, whole 9 yards.
Love that car. I just saw one the other day. Ford Focus hatchback.
They are such pieces of shit.
I loved it. Not as much as my 1989 Ford Escort.
See, now those you could keep. Those took a licking and kept on ticking.
And my dad probably put more money in that car than it cost to buy it.
That is like my 1987 shit brown. What the hell was that thing? It was a Chevy. No, it was an Oldsmobile 88. It was It was like the old K car. Anybody that knows the K cars, it was a piece of shit. It looked like a piece of shit.
I remember waxing mine and it being shiny for like 3 hours.
Yeah, we just found pictures of it.
Yeah. I wonder what I did with those. I should have scanned them.
They're probably in the boxes.
Box, yeah.
But
I gotta go through all those pictures.
Yeah, I mean it's funny to look back and go, we had some serious problems back then. Like serious problems. Like you and I, there were nights we didn't get any sleep at all.
Yeah.
Where now it's like, oh, well, that bill's due. Okay, we just got it. We just need to focus on this, and we'll get it out of the way and pay attention. And we have dinner for the winter coming up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, homemade stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sourdough, baking our own bread. Stuff like that. It just feels like it helps, and I don't know that it really is the best financial decision. I don't know. Like, I never really thought about, like, how much does flour cost and all these ingredients compared to going to the store and getting a loaf of bread. I don't know.
Well, so now that we were prepared, you went to Fresh Market today, which is their local grocery store.
Yep.
And what did you get? You got the sour cream, and you got the heavy whipping cream.
Heavy whipping cream. That was it.
That was it?
Well, I mean...
No, but I'm talking for what you made tonight. So the only thing that you made tonight was...
For dinner?
No, for dessert.
Oh, okay.
This cheesecake.
Yeah.
So, and anybody that's been kind of floating around while we're recording this knows we made a cheesecake.
Yeah, we made cheesecake. So, and I bought that sour cream for another meal, but I got the double, the 16-ounce versus...
the smaller one.
Whatever it is.
Okay. So we already had all the stuff in stock. Or in the pantry.
Yeah.
The only thing you needed to go get was heavy whipping cream.
Right.
Which was like, a quart was like $5.
A pint was $5.
Yeah, a pint was $5. So you spent $5 today to go make a cheesecake.
Right.
How much would that have cost going out and getting it at the store? 20?
Like a frozen one?
Yeah.
I would say 15.
So there you go.
Yeah. And I had the cream cheese because I bought the big package from Costco that's in there for whatever.
Yeah.
Because we make our own flavored cream cheese.
Yes.
For bagels. I use freeze-dried fruit and mix it in, and it's amazing. Mm-hmm. Like, better than whatever that brand is in the little containers that you get, like, 2 bagels out of.
Yeah, Philadelphia. So you get the plain Philadelphia, the bricks of the Philadelphia. Right. And then we mix in all the freeze-dried stuff.
Yeah.
And you could do that with the freeze-dried, or the freezer veggies. They're already frozen.
What, freeze-dry them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just throw them in the freezer.
Yeah,
I mean, you could do that in the dehydrator. That's what I used to do.
Yeah.
Get the bags of the frozen vegetables and dehydrate them.
Well, no, I'm talking the frozen fruit.
Yeah.
Instead of buying fresh, get the frozen, because you know that stuff's always on sale.
Yeah.
And just run it through the freeze dryer.
Oh, yeah, without having any prep.
Yeah.
It's already frozen.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I got to figure out, because I bought whole strawberries instead of strawberry slices.
Ooh.
So I got to figure out how I'm doing that. I mean, I guess I could.
Not it.
I mean, I see people do... I don't know. I don't know. Might just take 5
I think
years.
the hardest part is going to be the seeds and those things.
Yeah. I've never done strawberries. No, I have done strawberries.
Yes.
In mixed fruit.
Yes, because we have strawberry banana freeze-dried stuff that I ate on cereal today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I needed something.
Yeah.
Dress up Frosted Flakes.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I think... Yeah, we still sometimes flail around trying to figure out what we're doing, but when we sit and really think about it, we could probably survive not going to the store for a while. I'm not going to give a time because there's always going to be that one person that's going to one-up me, but we would be set for a while.
Yeah, it would be a couple months at least, I would say. The girls wouldn't be too happy because one of them would be actually forced to eat dinner.
Don't have dino nuggets all the time.
Or hot dogs all the time. Or rice all the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And we are making decisions that work. And
actually, we probably do have rice all the time because I do buy the big, huge bags of rice because we are not carnivores. No. We don't follow. I mean, sometimes it's 20 minutes before you're going to be home and I'm still deciding. And sometimes it's just rice and vegetables.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a bit fluffy. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's extra layering for when I go deer hunting.
Right.
So, it's
because I keep making cheesecakes.
This has been the first time in a long time you've made cheesecake
type things.
Okay. I am sure the little Debbies that are upstairs did not help matters. Because I'm pretty sure I already ate a pack of those.
Well, yeah.
But it's reality.
Yeah.
I mean, we tried the keto thing for a little while. It somewhat worked.
I think it just stressed me out.
Yeah. I think you and I were getting just angry, honestly.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's a phase you had to go through.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it just didn't feel like... That's not how I wanted to be.
We're yelling at the kids more than we normally do.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I'm stressing out about, what can we eat, and the kids not liking it, which, I mean, I know that there's people probably thinking, well, that's too bad. But I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, our kids were pretty adventurous. At least the older one was. She's now beginning to be.
She downed that venison the other night.
Oh, yeah. But I had to fight her for the last piece.
But the little one, nope.
No, it's funny because...
She used to only eat meat.
Yeah, and she was the one that originally started asking for the rabbit. And it's like the oldest was like,
yeah.
Didn't want it. And the other one was like all super happy.
Kids are weird.
Yeah. So now it's yucky and shouldn't even take a bite of the venison. Which you cooked perfectly, by the way.
Oh, man, it was delicious.
So.
I will push the back straps out of the way and reach for anything else until it's now where that's like all we have left. And it's like, oh my God, I just get so... I don't want to ruin it. Because I remember like years ago, we must have gotten backstrap from somebody that you worked with who maybe went hunting.
No, the first time first one that gave it to us was Craig. We got the steaks from Joe.
And Todd, I thought.
And Todd, I think, gave us...
Ground, maybe?
I think we got the muff from Rick.
But we made meat, beans, and rice with venison in Carol Stream, I think, from Todd.
Maybe. Okay.
That was probably the first time I tried it. But it was always in my head, like, the backstrap is like... You gotta, do it right. And it's like, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So for a long time, I only made it one way, and that was in the onion, sauteed with onions. And then I got adventurous and started coating it with the holler roast coffee, ground holler roast coffee, and baking it. And then, God, I remember that one night I cooked it so perfectly. I thought it was going to take me forever to cook it. So it was like an hour before you were going to get home. Pulled it out, let it sit. I sliced it, and it was, like, perfectly pink. And then by the time you got home, it was like, sorry, it was really good.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it's all right.
But, yeah, this time I just sliced up, well, actually, half of this backstrap, I think we made a stew with. And then I sliced it up in little medallion steaks and grilled it. Oh, my God. It was so good.
Yeah, I mean, all of us got enough. We got like 4 or 5 pieces each.
Yeah.
So, it was delicious, perfect. So,
yeah. So now I need to save the rest of it to go with our puffball soup. Because we finally got puffballs this year. Last year we didn't have any puffballs.
Yep.
And so that I dehydrated a whole bunch. I've got like 6 quarts of puffball mushrooms.
Which I think is like 2 mushrooms. So.
It was like 3.
3?
Because I got like 3 from the neighbor, and then there was another one.
So there's 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So that works.
So, I mean, we'll have to save the rest of the backstrap to go with the mushroom soup, because that is amazing.
We'll get it. It might be a little while before we get one.
Well,
with
but we still have we have those backstraps in there.
Absolutely. So we'll get around to it. So, but that's kind of how we're sitting financially. I mean, we're doing good.
Yeah, but I think it's just being in this different position dealing with something that we have dealt with before and knowing that all these decisions have brought us to where we can sleep at night, everybody's fed, everybody's happy, we all have what we need.
Yep. I would definitely 100% agree.
Yep.
So, but let's get to the fun stuff. So now we got the main topic out of the way, we'll get to the fun stuff. So this is vacation.
Yep.
Last night, Sunday night, we're recording this.
Yep.
Today was opening day. Didn't see anything. So.
And you knew that, but you weren't going to go.
No.
But I told you to go because of what happened last year.
Yeah, with the 14-pointer on opening day.
If you didn't go.
And I saw him on the camera.
You would have thought. Yeah, it would have been like, oh my God.
Yeah. But I sat up in the tree for, I got out there at 5. I think I came home around 9.
Yeah.
Sun up was like 6:50. So yeah, I mean, I was up 2 hours of daylight. I didn't see anything. I couldn't see anything across the field. I saw nothing but a bunch of bugs, spiders, 1 or 2 squirrels, and a bunch of birds, and that was really about it. So yeah, I mean, it's just
I think it's
reality.
just too hot, and hopefully when it starts to cool off, things will start moving again.
And it was 80 today. Like,
yeah,
and it was like 80, like by 10 o'clock
all day, and it's going to be 80 to almost 90, I think, Wednesday.
Yeah,
and then Thursday it's going to be like a high of 67. So,
yeah.
So
next weekend's going to be the better weekend. We'll see if we get stuff moving around. You're going to be gone.
Yep. So that's basically, you're going to get one next weekend.
Yep, that's exactly how it's going to go. And the girls are going to be pissed off again because they didn't get to see the deer Dad got.
Until he's on the wall.
Yes. So, and then, so this week was like just kind of hanging around the house.
We didn't have a whole lot planned this week.
No, I had one major thing planned and I almost screwed the date up on that.
Yes.
I am very lucky I got a reminder email. So I took the oldest. If anybody knows me or knew me when I was growing up, I was a big car guy. Like, I love exotic cars. Like a McLaren F1, a Ferrari, a Lamborghini. I had the F40 on the wall. I had the Countach on the wall. That was always me. So I had the chance to go see the Hamilton collection. So for anybody is somewhat familiar, he is a YouTuber. He's got a $30 million car collection. And it's like 25 minutes away. So I booked this 2 months ago. We got a half-hour tour. And we got to go hands-on these cars. Like, not just like they're behind ropes. You can look at them, but don't touch them. That's not how this went. If you saw the TikTok I posted, our oldest was handed the keys to a $1.2 million McLaren Senna with a onyx black diamond flake paint job that alone cost $70,000. She was handed the keys, and she was allowed to start it inside the building.
Yeah.
How awesome is that? This is a 10-year-old, okay?
Who plays Forza
And knows these cars. She got to sit and start in the Senna. She got to sit in a Lamborghini Urus. She got to sit in a $750,000 Rolls-Royce extended wheelbase limousine that's custom interior with a Mansory package. She also got to sit in a Porsche 918 with a Weissach package that's about $1.5 million. I got to sit in a McLaren 765 LT Spider along with her. She also sat in an M5, a golf cart, an 80s limo, because they had an 80s limo there.
Did she get to sit in the back?
Yeah, she sat in the back and the front.
Okay.
She was having a blast. And if you guys ever have a chance and you are in the Chicago area, see if you can book.
Because it was free.
It was free. It didn't cost me a dime. Okay? If you are any bit of a car guy, look him up. Steve Hamilton from the Hamilton Collection. Okay? This is a $30 million car collection. Some of the cars have been sold off because he has some big stuff coming next year. So we need to get the capital out to put the capital back in. Next year, they're planning on having a Koenigsegg, or 2 Koenigsegg's show up. There's at least another Bugatti coming. He already has a Bugatti. That wasn't there. That was somewhere else. He also has a Pagani, which is down at service, so that was not there. But there was still enough there where you go, holy shit, this is beautiful. So, look it up. Go check it out. I posted a video. I posted some pictures on the Facebook page. The TikTok is up. I'll post that in the show notes. And then, yeah, I mean, it was a blast. So, go check it out if you ever get the chance. It's the Hamilton Collection.
We'll link it.
I'll have a link below. So, and then we got the website up.
Yes. With the radios.
Yep, we have our store is officially up and running on the website. It does not have everything that the Etsy stuff does. We're slowly beginning to add things as we can.
Yep.
But anything that is not allowed to go on Etsy will be for sure on the website.
Yeah, I would like to put everything on there, but...
Right. So we're going to have the radios. We're going to have classes.
Probably for the events, even if they're free, we'll at least have something.
Yeah, something, tickets.
We can't just open it up.
No. So we'll... Even if these, we're planning on having next year, we'll talk to Tim, see how to work that. But we definitely need to cap that number for our neighbor's sake and our sanity.
Yeah.
So,
because I don't want to spend, the whole time in the kitchen.
Right.
And I also don't want to be giving, subpar food either.
Right. I mean, this stuff is not going to be catered. This is going to be our stuff. That's what we wanted to make it. And that's what we did make it.
Yeah.
All the food came from...
I mean, most of it. We bought, stuff.
Yeah, we bought some hamburgers, some sides. Yeah. Or no, hot dogs, buns, and sides.
Yeah.
But any of the main course meals were from here.
Yep.
So, and that's what we want to keep it at. That's the important stuff. So we got that all handled. Really looking forward to expanding that. Yeah, that's pretty much...
Yeah, and Etsy is doing awesome.
Yeah.
Anybody who is purchasing through the Lifesteaders promo, thank you, because that has been going nuts.
Yes.
So thank you, Amy, for sharing that. Thank you, followers, for coming over and checking out my stuff, because that is the top promo at the moment.
Yep. So we have 2 of them that you will usually see the most, and that'll be the repeat customers.
Yeah, the thank you that's always on each receipt. Yeah. And then Lifesteaders.
So, super happy about that. Amy, thank you so much for helping us out.
Yeah.
Tim, you too. Thank you for helping us out with everything you guys have done. It has been awesome.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I know I posted a picture on Facebook of you holding the packages, and it's still, I mean, it's been a year now, and it feels like it's only been a year.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, holy cow. Like, every time I have multiple packages, it's like, this is awesome. Like, I love doing this. I love talking about it. And it's just amazing that there's people now buying again.
Yeah.
And that's always awesome. Because, I mean, you can try anything and then just never use it again. But those people that keep buying because they like it is really cool.
Yeah. And then you have the one that's the subscription that you did for one person.
Yes.
So we I don't know if we're going to open that. Somebody did ask, somebody came to us and said, I want a year's supply sent to this person.
Yeah, so I did a bigger tin that was sent out once and then will be sent out again. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I can even put that on Etsy to have it available to be, like, request different things.
Yeah, I mean, or we should be able to put that on the website. have that strictly on the website, so we drive traffic.
Yeah, because I've done that with comfrey roots too, where it was like a smaller amount, I think, that I did.
Yeah. So we'll get it figured out.
Yeah, but it's I mean, we appreciate it. It's amazing every time I hear the cha-ching, and hopefully we get to hear something through the website and see how that works.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the first order from that.
Yeah,
we need to get some smaller stuff up and do some test ordering.
I think that was a plan this week, and it just didn't happen yet.
We got busy.
So
and honestly, by the end of the week, I just got lazy.
Well, right. Yeah.
We got caught up with everything.
Yeah.
Which is rare.
Yeah. So I think we get a little things up there and see if people will purchase through that, and see how it goes.
Yeah, that'll work. All right, we will see you guys next time.
All right, see you on the homestead, where something is always growing, eating, or cooking.